Howdy, friends. It's Steve Depoe here with the Rose Realty Team with this week's real estate vlog for North Texas. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of new construction. Now, look, there's nothing like a newly built home, right? It's fresh, filled with customization, energy efficient, financial perks depending on your builder, but that's not the whole story. As we've discovered, there's delays, rising costs, hidden expenses might be lurking around the corner. The key to a successful home buying journey and building journey is balancing the excitement of a new home, right, with careful planning. Now, could a new home be in your could be a new home be in your future? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Let's find out together as we kind of look at these potential drawbacks. So first of all, hey, like always, before we get going, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/at moving to Dallas, Texas. That'll give you access to all of the vlogs I've ever done. We're doing a lot more little short videos now about financing and about helping your kids get their first house, HOAs, all kinds of different stuff. So to give you access to that. So I like to think that by watching our videos and having access to our YouTube channel, you'll be the smartest person in your neighborhood when it comes to real estate. So hey, again, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/at moving to Dallas, Texas. We thank you for that. We appreciate you, and we thank you for supporting our YouTube channel and our business. So let's get into it. So first of all, customization opportunities. Look, you get with a new home, new construction home. There's a lot of personalized finishes, flexible layouts, and uploads galore. You have to talk to your builder, number one. There are a lot of them that are just not custom builders. The kind of the more production type of builders who build neighborhoods and build a lot of homes in the same neighborhood. They're not exactly custom builders and they won't allow a lot of changes. So if you say, hey, I want to add 5 feet onto the back of the house to make the master bigger and the kitchen and the family room bigger, they may not do that for you. Okay, because it's not in their plan and they have to redo the plan and they have to get an architectural and a structural analysis in and all that kind of jazz, right? So there's a lot of customization you could do depending on the builder, and you have to watch out for that builder and kind of see where they lie in terms of customization. At the same time, hey, you have a lot more opportunities than remodeling your existing house. Maybe your kitchen's a little bit smaller, you want your master bath to be a little bit bigger, blah, blah, blah. And the only way you're going to be able to get that done is through a new custom home. Another thing that's happening nowadays is a lot of people are opting for the second master suite downstairs. So they're moving in mom and dad. They obviously need their own space. They don't want to go upstairs. They don't have to climb stairs. And so they're opting for that second master suite downstairs with the master bedroom and the ensuite and all that kind of stuff. And the only way a lot of times that you're able to do that is through a new construction or a custom build. So things to keep in mind. Again, you'll have lower maintenance costs, and the repair costs will go down. So most builders here in North Texas have a 1-10 is what we call it. 1 year guarantee on all of that, like the build stuff, like a drywall, painting, cracks, nail pops, those kinds of things. And then little things like leak to the dishwasher, etc. Then there's a 2 year guarantee or warranty to the mechanicals, usually, which is your hot water heater, your HVAC, and then all of your stuff that you have built in, like your oven, your stove top, your microwave, dishwasher, those kinds of things. You also are able to have the opportunity to get the warranties on those appliances, so that those may be extended out beyond the 2 years, depending on what you want to do. Maybe you can purchase like a 5 year, warranty plan type of thing, but at least they're warranted. And then 10 years on the overall construction. So that's the foundation, cracks in your brick or your stucco or what have you. Um, and there's usually about a 10-year warranty on that construction type of stuff. You'll have that peace of mind that it's a brandy new house, and you have potential long-term savings depending on what you have in terms of insulation and more energy efficient appliances, etc. Actually know a couple. They were a senior couple, and he kind of thought that his time was coming to an end, and he didn't want his wife to be stuck in a 15 or 20-year-old house. So he went out and bought a spec house. Came with all the perks and all the warranties and that kind of stuff. He's still around. Okay. But his idea was that he didn't want her to get stuck with the warranties and all of that kind of stuff and cracks in the foundation, etc. And so he thought, well, brand new spec home would, potentially be the way to go. Newer homes are more eco-friendly and energy efficient. So they have better energy efficiency. Most companies now, builders put these wraps around the house for not insulation, but moisture barrier. They have modern building standards. Now, if you buy a resale house that, let's say, is 15 or 20 years old, they may not have to adhere to the newer building codes in your particular town or county, where a new construction home will. Okay. So the older houses are kind of grandfathered in and allowed to have those deficiencies, if you will, where the newer houses aren't. Again, there's also cost savings and potentially sustainability in the house in terms of the materials, if that's what you're into. Builder incentives is very important. There's financial benefits in terms of potentially the interest rate. I mean, even today, where the interest rate is a little higher, the builders are offered a lower interest rate. Sometimes that's a variable rate, but they're offering a lower interest rate. There's an affordability boost, meaning they have incentives in order to buy and those kinds of things. We'll throw in $20,000 worth of upgrades and appliances, etc. And then you have more negotiating power because they want to, if you have the track record behind you, they're going to want to sell their homes and get them off their books. Another interesting fact is this is why it's sort of important to work with a qualified agent. What builders don't want to do is they don't want to keep the house on their books because they have to pay taxes through their fiscal year into a new fiscal year. So they'll offer huge incentives. And not all builders go from January to December. Some have different months that their fiscal year begins and ends. And so it's important for you to work with a qualified agent who knows about those incentives and that fiscal year type of thing. You can see, maybe ads on Facebook or the internet or whatever, that this particular builder's offering incentives. But it's great to know that your real estate agent knows when their fiscal year begins and ends, so that they'll go in and ask for, will you offer in $20,000 worth of incentives? I want my client to get 40, type of thing. Because they know when their fiscal years begin and end. And one of some of the drawbacks or downside is construction timeliness and delays, price variability, and hidden expenses. So the builders at the mercy, if you will, of their suppliers. I remember, and COVID obviously was a really weird time, but just after COVID and coming out of COVID, appliances were taking a long, long time to get in. And so a lot of builders were doing a 16 or 18-month build, or quoting a 16 or 18-month build, and hoping that the appliance manufacturer were able to get them appliances in a timely manner. At the same time, I personally worked with and know of clients who built the house, who, for example, the garage doors weren't going to be available at time of closing, and so they had to change the description from a garage to a carport in order for the town to be able to close, allow them to give them a certificate of occupancy and close on the house. Okay, the garage doors were installed, I think, like 3 weeks later or something like that. But still, there was a delay in the construction materials. Um, there's also been again around COVID, around stories that the price of materials were increasing to such a degree and so quickly that a couple of builders, once they almost got once they got like a couple weeks out from closing, canceled the deal because there was a clause in there that said, oh, we can raise the price 15%, but the materials had increased 25% and they weren't going to make any money on the house. So they canceled the deal. And then you get a buyer who's already sold his house or already got a contract on his house, signed all the paperwork, and now they're homeless, essentially, right? Bad deal. It was bad time all around. But there's no saying that that's not going to happen again. Okay. So it's something to keep in mind. So where does that leave us? So choosing a newly built home comes with exceptional perks like customization, reduced maintenance, eco-friendliness, financial incentives from the builder on a couple of levels. Yet it's a critical factor. Could be potential delays, fluctuation in costs, and additional expenses that may arise. Like, geez, I didn't know I didn't get landscaping or a sprinkler system or something like that. And now I've given you sort of the full picture, and you're better equipped to maybe handle some of these issues when they come up. If not, hey, drop me a line. Our team is all very experienced here at the Rose Realty Team in new construction homes, and we can help you out and get you across that finish line if we come in early. That's sort of the important part. Hey, next week we're going to talk about empty nesting in North Texas. It's sort of a topic that's sort of near and dear to our heart. Hopefully, you'll tune in for that. This is Steve. I am with the Rose Realty Team. Until next time.